Welcome to Spill the Tea, brought to you by Betway. I'm OG Molefe, and today I'm hanging out with two, I want to say, superstars in the making in terms of golf in South Africa, Luca, Filippi, and Ryan van Velzen. Thank you for joining us today, boys. I want to take you back a little bit before we start talking about you guys being part of the Betway squad. Where did the love for golf actually start for you, Luca?
Thanks for having us, OG. It started many years ago. Back in Cape Town, my father used to play a lot of golf, and he took us on the golf cart every weekend after school in the week. And he gave us plastic clubs, and he said, go and hit a few balls. And obviously, we came for the golf cart ride more than the golf, but it was just nice to get it started like that, and here we are.
Yeah, and for you, Ryan, I guess probably a similar story.
Yeah, so my dad was a club pro at Penally Lake, so I used to spend all my school holidays with him at the golf course. Just every morning I'd get up with him, go to the golf course, and just loved it from there.
Yeah. And I guess, going through junior ranks and stuff, when did you almost have an inkling of thinking that this might even turn into a profession for you, Luca?
Yeah, I think obviously when you're younger, you got dreams of playing on big tours and watching all the pros on TV. And I was lucky enough to play most of the tournaments as a junior and as an amateur as well. And obviously competed and did nicely as an amateur. And here we are. And I'm grateful for all those times.
Ryan, did you, growing up, obviously think about even turning pro at the time?
Yeah, so I played most sports growing up, most of the sports the school offered. And then when I was probably about 14 years old, then I started specializing in golf and gave up the other sports, said this is what I want to do, and just took it from there.
Yeah, what other sports did you play?
I played cricket, hockey, soccer, I did athletics, swimming. I did all of the things. My mom was quite keen on me doing
You
everything.
wouldn't say, huh?
Not at all.
I'm a top class athlete.
Look at him. And you, did you play any other sports?
Yeah, I did. I played cricket, hockey, tennis, and then obviously golf at school as well.
Yeah.
So,
What would you say then swayed you towards golf?
I think a lot of the guys were homeschooled from grade 8,
Yeah.
and I was obviously not allowed to be homeschooled. I went to Ronnebosch Boys in Cape Town, and I think, from about grade 10, I gave up all the other sports and just mainly focused on golf. And you need to put in the time in this game to succeed. So that's what we did.
Once you guys turned pro, Ryan, you broke fairly quickly into the winner's circle, winning out at the Limpopo Championship. Can you take us back to those memories? What was that like to finally realize a dream like that?
That was awesome winning at Euphoria. My first year on tour, still very new to the whole professional life and traveling around the country, living cheaply, living on a budget.
How cheap does a pro actually have to live? Getting on the Sunshine Tour.
When you're first starting out, you got to live pretty cheap and budget well, look after your money.
Yeah.
And it was so cool to break through that at Limpopo. It just gave me so much confidence and feeling of belonging.
And seeing off a guy like, Jaco Prinsloo, who's more experienced on tour, did it kind of validate that you now actually do belong here?
Yeah, no, definitely. Jaco's been out here for long. There were a lot of good players in the field. I know Henny du Plessis played. So beating guys like that are at that level, which I thought that was a much higher level than what I was playing at, and then beating them it made me realize that I can actually compete at any stage.
Yeah. And then you guys obviously teamed up at the team championship. Luca was stressing the whole week because he was still looking for like a first win. Take me through that week, or even how you guys decided to actually partner up for that.
Yeah, I think, Ryan and I have been friends for a long time, since junior days. So, it was kind of a no-brainer. We were both new on tour, and he had obviously won. So I wanted to just take some of his experience from winning. But it was such an awesome week at Pretoria Country Club. We both played well the whole week. And to win with one of my best friends on tour was just icing on the cake for us.
Yeah. And did you guys have a strategy in place? Because it almost looked like you were like the aggressive one, and then Luca would kind of try conservatively at the time.
Yeah, definitely. We had a game plan we tried to get as many greens as possible in the foursomes and try to just limit the mistakes, because foursomes you're not in a rhythm as you would if you're playing your own ball.
Yeah.
So if we're hitting greens and just two putting and making the odd birdie here and there, it's what you want in foursomes. And then the better ball, I think Luca played a bit more conservatively, where I would take on a more risky shot or hit more club off the tee
Yeah.
to try and set up the birdies from there.
Yeah, I mean, we got onto 15 in the final round of Pretoria Country Club, and I think he knows very well what happened there. I think we were one ahead at that stage, and I hit 4-1 off a tee,
Yeah.
and Ryan hits a lot longer than I do, and he's got this very strong 4-iron. So I'm like, Ryan, I think it's a 5-iron, dude. Like, I think we just, lay it back.
Yeah.
He said, no, boy, I got this. Hits a 4-iron straight down the middle, but there's overhanging trees on the right there. And I hit it middle green. I'm like, okay, cool. Well, Ryan, what do we got? He's like, bro, I've got no shot here. I've got a tree in my way. I'm like, well, I told you to hit 5-iron. I'm trying to win a golf tournament here. But anyways, luckily it all worked out fine. And yeah.
How stressful was it for you guys, to then have to go in a playoff?
It's not easy. I mean, I think it was better ball, foursomes, better ball.
Yeah.
I think we birdied the first hole. We all birdied the first hole. And then obviously I think the second hole was foursomes.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, Louis and Henny obviously got very unlucky with their plugged ball in the bunker there. But yeah, it was just an awesome way to finish the week with Ryan.
Yeah. For you, like the confidence that, like a lot of people get caught up by that 18th hole, but you seem to not even worry about those bunkers at all.
No, just a driver straight over them, I think. That's the right game plan.
That's the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, pull it up. And then to finally get that win, I mean, what was it like?
Yeah, it was good. Listen, it's obviously a very different feeling winning individual title than a team's win. Like I said, I don't think the monkey was fully off the back when I won the team's tournament with Ryan. But obviously coming here 2 months later after that win was a different story. And yeah, it's just something I'm really grateful for. To win on the Sunshine Tour at an early age is an accomplishment, and I'm proud of that. Yeah.
Were you thinking about it a lot? Because I know a lot of people were talking about the fact that you won with Ryan. Does it even count as a win?
Yeah.
Can you actually do it on your own?
Yeah.
And then to win the blue label here, what did that feel like?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the guys came to me after I won the teams event, and they were like, listen, well done in your half victory. And I was like, it's fine. Let's see what happens. And yeah, I mean, what a special week the Blue Label Challenge was for me last year. It was weird. I played the Alfred Daniel Links the week before in Scotland, and we had a Monday finish. And I had to decide either I was going to shoot 4 under at Carnoustie, or I was going to come here, withdraw, and then come here and do well. And I withdrew and then came here and won.
Jeez.
So it worked out perfectly. Yeah, at a golf course, I mean, in 2023, obviously narrowly flipping out in the last to finish second, and then winning it last year was awesome.
Yeah. And then for you, Luca, they say it's tough. I mean, winning one tournament on the Sunshine Tour and winning your first obviously is great. Then you win the team champs, but to win that second individual one, would you say that was much harder?
To be honest, I played such good golf with McCopley. I didn't even worry about the other boys. I was just trying to get to a number. I mean, I was playing such good golf. I shot 16 under on the weekend. So, I mean, Neil played well. He came second, but I was really going.
Yeah. And I guess that was almost the catalyst for you ultimately going on to win the Order of Merit, which also then came with like so much. I mean, qualifying for the Open, qualifying for the PGA. What was that like to finish on top of the rankings at the end of the season?
It's I'm so privileged to be able to win the Order of Merit and with the rewards that come and go play in the majors and experience things like that. I mean, money can't buy those experiences. I played the PGA a couple of weeks ago.
Take us through the
amazing
experience. I mean, that must be mind-blowing getting there.
It's crazy. The amount of people at the major is insane.
Yeah.
I mean, on the Monday practice round, I had more people following me than I did at SA Open when I played in the final group.
That's insane.
On a Monday.
And then you get there. I mean, tell me, like on the driving range, I saw your caddy Luke posting videos of Tiger on the range. Like, what does that feel like? Like, here you are, boy from Benoni, now you're playing on the big leagues.
It's nuts. I mean, it's probably 8 rows deeper on the driving range, just watching hit balls. I mean, I was hitting balls. Behind me was Xander Schauffele, and behind him was Rory hitting balls. And yeah, as a kid from Benoni, just hitting off shanks down the lanes.
How quickly do you settle down and then start saying, listen, I kind of, deserve to be here. Let me try to play some golf.
So the first round on the first tee, I was a bit nervous, but then you kind of get into your rhythm, into the way you're playing, and you kind of forget about what's happening outside of the golf.
Yeah.
And you just play.
Nah, that's cool. Seeing your friends achieve those sort of things, I'm sure those are the things you dream about and would like to emulate as well.
Yeah, it's very inspiring. I mean, what Ryan's done over the last 2 years has been incredible. And obviously super happy for him in playing 2 majors
Yeah.
at such a young age. I mean, there's only a handful of people that can say they've played in a major,
Yeah.
and Ryan's one of them. So, yeah, I mean, it's very cool to see that one of my good friends is playing so well, and obviously that's one of my goals to get onto the DP tour and to play in some of the majors. Yeah, so looking forward to that challenge that arises.
That would be awesome. Looking at the majors, the next one coming up is the US Open. I guess you got to see up close some of the guys that will be competing there. Thoughts on who you think can come out on top there?
I think you can't rule out Scheffler. I mean, he's a beast. Even a guy like Brooks Koepka, he loves a major. Rory will be there, but I hope he can pull through. I mean, I'm a Rory fan, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. He hasn't won a major in 10 years. So,
It's crazy when you think about that,
I
right?
mean, he wins the Order of Merit so many times, but he hasn't won a major in 10 years.
Yeah. Tell us about that Scotty Friday when you got arrested. What was the buzz like around there, bro?
It was weird. It was like, it was quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was strange. But I mean, that whole entrance to the entrance of Valhalla was a bit crazy. They had set up cones like probably a K before the entrance,
Yeah.
and you had to get in your special lane. It was actually a bit of a mess. It wasn't needed, all those cones.
Just no, actually it turned into a big story. For you, your thoughts? Who you think can compete and clinch the US Open this year?
I think Rory will do it this year.
Yeah.
He's been playing such good golf for so long now, and it's just a matter of time before he gets his next major. Like Ryan said, it's been 10 long years for Rory, and I think he's
crazy.
really hungry to get the next major under the
Yeah.
belt. And obviously the US Open was his first major that he won, so yeah, I think he's my pick for the US Open at finest.
Yeah. And then, I mean, you're obviously going to get to play in the Open as well. I mean, thoughts on that?
I'm so excited to go. I mean, that's probably to me the biggest major. It's got so much history, so much heritage, and it's going to be cool. I'm going to take my old man, my
Yeah.
girlfriend's going to come with, and Luca, my caddy.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be so cool to experience that kind of as a family, because me and my caddy, we've become like a family.
Yeah.
Luke's dad's also coming, so
Oh, that's cool.
it's going to be like a whole big family. Some boys from back home at Benoni Country Club had bought tickets, not knowing I'm going to be in the event, so that's going to be cool to have them there as well.
That's awesome. And you took your dad as well to the US
Yeah.
Open.
No,
I mean, to the PGA. So,
yeah. My dad, he loved it. I mean, it's a dream come true for him to be there and now to watch his son play in a major. It's unreal.
Nah, I can imagine for any dad.
Yeah.
You got to become part of the Betway squad just before Ryan did. I mean, what's that been like for you?
Yeah, it's been awesome. I mean, the guys at Betway, Lawrence, Jason, and Jonathan are all super guys, and yeah, I mean the backing that they give some of the players, and you see the amount of impact they've got in sports and just in cricket in general as well. Yeah, it's a huge honor to be a part of the Betway squad, and hopefully it can be a long, fulfilling journey with him.
I hope so too. And for you, I mean, the relationship actually almost kind of got in place at the right time before you went through to the PGA. And as you mentioned, we saw the great work that Betway did with bringing Chasing the Sun. And I guess it also builds on your story now as you begin to play in the majors as well. To have Betway backing you, what's that been like?
It's huge. It's a huge honor to be partnered with such a big, successful company such as Betway. The guys are very nice. I met with Jason and with Jonathan. And they seem like really cool people, down-to-earth people, and they're there to help. So,
listen, I think we should actually chat to Jason and John, or maybe we can hop on a plane and also go support at the Open.
I know. I think that sounds like a deal.
Sounds like a
yeah,
like
let's
good idea.
phone them after this. Yeah.
I'll definitely do that. Before I let you guys go, I'm going to ask you about. Tell me, if you were to pick, dead or alive, your dream four ball.
You have to put your father in there. Tiger Woods and Rory McIlroy.
Okay, Ryan, yours?
probably my old man.
Yeah.
A guy named Mo Norman, a Canadian golfer.
Yeah,
He's nuts, but apparently he's the best ball striker around.
It's very similar.
Yeah, no, he's nuts. And myself, Mo, my dad, and probably Tiger.
Wow, that's actually cool.
Yeah, Tiger would be crazy to play with.
What was it like? I mean, that guy like brings so much aura. regardless whether he's playing well or not, but what was it like to be around him?
You can feel his presence when he's around, and you know exactly where he's on the golf course because you can hear the crowds.
Yeah.
And I mean, I was the same side draw as Tiger, but thank goodness he was on the other side, or else it would have been a lot of chaos, I think.
All right, cool. Plans for the rest of the season?
I mean, yeah, we're going to play as many the Sunshine Tour events as we can. Obviously do well in the big events in like the co-sanctions.
Yeah.
And then I'll probably go to Q school, DPQ school, and then hopefully get into the Alfred Daniel Links in Scotland again this year, which will be a nice experience.
It looks like a dope event.
Yeah.
You, of course, by virtue of winning the Order of Merit, secured a DP World Tour card. What's those plans sort of like looking like for the year?
I'm going to play events here, a lot of events back here in South Africa. And then I'm trying to get into a few events, trying to get a few invites in Europe. And then I've got a couple international series events that from winning the Order of Merit, I get straight into those events, which is I'll go play.
We talked about the majors. Just in closing, you also got obviously a chance that you're going to play in Africa's major back here at the Gary Player Country Club. I'm sure all of us grew up like looking at that event, wanting to be there. And I guess for you guys playing there, I mean, thinking about that opportunity, it must be massive.
I mean, that's amazing. I mean, $1 million. I mean, me and my dad, we came here a few times. We came here with mates to come watch the best in the world compete here, and it's awesome now to be a part of it, to potentially be playing in the event I mean, it's out of this world.
Awesome, man. Boys, thank you so much.
Thank you.
All the best for the rest of the season.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you for your time, Ryan.
Thanks, OG.
All the best. Hopefully, Luca and I will hop on a plane to come see you at Royal Troon this year.
Hopefully, yeah. Speak to Jason.
Yeah.
Please, Jason.
Hook us up. Thank you, boys.
Thank you.
Thanks, OG.